What is going on, Flex Zone family? It's your boy, God's favorite host, the host with the boys back here on the Flex Zone Podcast YouTube channel. Only place giving you your sports how you want it, when you need it. It's another week. Time for another preview for your Baltimore Ravens here on the Flex Zone Podcast. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this video, hit the like button, hit the bell. Comment down below. Let me know what you're looking forward to see this coming weekend as the Cincinnati Bengals come into M&T Bank Stadium for a Sunday night primetime matchup against the Ravens on NBC. Ravens come into this game 0-2 at home, losers of 5 in a row at home dating back to last season. Not being able to finish games, not being able to close out after having big-time leads against the Dolphins, against the Bills. This team is in a must-win situation. I know we're only a month into the season, a quarter of the way down with a lot of football left, but having gone 2-2 against the AFC East, having to play the Bengals, in which I think is an important game because the Bengals have owned the Ravens as we look back to last season, games with over 500 yards of total offense, Joe Burrow against the JV roster of the Ravens, making it look like it was a video game out there with Jamar Chase running up and down the field against the Ravens secondary. Zach Taylor getting his revenge when the Ravens tried to shut out the Bengals and he had to kick that field goal a few years ago. The Bengals dominating the Ravens and the Ravens looking like they had no answer for the Cincinnati offense as well. This is an important game because when you look at the conference, Miami has the tiebreaker over them now. Bills have the tiebreaker over them now. You don't want to lose a divisional game because it's like a game and a half in the standings. You've already lost to this team twice over the past 2 years. You don't have a win over them. When you're at home, you can't fall 0-3 at home. Now, I do think this is a must-win situation, but I think this is a situation in a game in which the Ravens could win and it could propel them to where they want to go, as I think the schedule lightens up a little bit, where they have some winnable games after this one. If they can win this game, get some confidence, get some momentum after finishing and closing a game, it can propel them to where they would like to be. Not forget, 2019 the Ravens were 2-2 and went on to win 12 in a row and finished 14-2 before the debacle against Tennessee in the divisional round. But we'll leave that alone. Anything can happen as it is still early, and most of the teams in the AFC and in the NFL have only 1 or 2 wins as of right now. So everybody is still alive except the Houston Texans. But let's look at the injury report because it looks like Ronnie Stanley. It was announced that he practiced Wednesday, practiced Thursday, wearing workout clothes today on Friday. Harbaugh didn't rule him out, but it will be disclosed obviously Sunday at 6:50 when the inactives are announced. Harbaugh's probably done with it. I'm done with it. I said I won't speak on it. If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I said I'll believe it when I see it. Right now, I'm going to say I don't know if he plays. It's 50-50. I don't know. Looks like he just wants to wait another week and not have to come back against Hubbard and Hendrickson. He wants an easier opponent probably, and that could be next week against the Giants. Marcus Peters has a quad injury. He's listed as questionable. I think he'll try to play. He needs to play because Marcus Peters isn't out there. Joe Burrow could definitely have a field day. Pat McCarry could be back after missing with a sprained ankle. Bateman, he didn't practice because of a left foot injury, and he's been ruled out. Justice Hill is also out as well as Justin Houston with the groin, Hill dealing with the hamstring, and Bateman with the foot. McCarry looks like he could possibly play. Probably not at 100%, but I'll take him at left tackle. And Peters looks like he will probably play at less than 100% as well. Ronnie Stanley, I don't think he will play. If he does, woohoo, congratulations. You should have been played. But if he doesn't play this week, I don't give a damn. At this point, if the Ravens could. They can't. I would just go ahead and cut my losses. But that's the injury report. We'll see how that plays out. Now, as I look at this game, we have some keys that I want to get into. And let's start with the offense because it's going to be important that the offense gets off to a fast start. But first and foremost, I have protect Lamar. You got to protect Lamar. You got to keep him upright. Protect him against Hubbard, against Hendrickson, against Hill. The pass rush of the Bengals is solid. Hendrickson and Hill, as well as Hubbard, they can get after the quarterback, and they're athletic and have high motors. So the left tackle, Macari, Lele, Moses had a bad game last week. Moses, you got to hold up, protect Lamar. Don't give up a lot of pressures because we saw a lot of pressures last week. Only 2 sacks, but a lot of pressures keeping the Ravens offense off of their timing. We got to get some explosive plays other than Lamar. J.K. Dobbins. Duvernay, do they use him like a Debo Samuel this week? Have him in the backfield more. Isaiah Likely, is he used more? Mark Andrews, I think, has an opportunity to have a big game against their linebackers in coverage. He didn't have a big game last week as Milano, Edmonds, and the linebackers of the Bills kept Andrews in check, but I think Andrews likely could have a bounce back game. They need some explosive plays other than Lamar. Lamar has to play like an MVP. Lamar's going to have close to, if not over, 100 yards rushing, probably over 200, 225 yards passing, throw for 2 or 3 touchdowns, run for another one. He's going to have to be the Ravens offense. They're going to live and die with Lamar on Sunday night in prime time. They have to convert third downs. Got to convert on third down. Keep the offense of the Bengals on the field next to Zach Taylor. That's the best way to help out your defense. And last but not least, you got to finish. You've been given leads at home the last 2 times you've been at home. You have not been able to. Greg Roman, offensive line, Lamar Jackson. You guys have to finish. Finish the plays. Finish drives. Continue to convert on third down, as I mentioned. Score touchdowns when you're in the red zone. Don't turn the ball over. Convert on third and fourth and short. Make those plays. Now, defensively, got to pressure Joe Burrow. Owe, you have a chance against Lyle Collins to make some plays. Owe, I'm expecting a big game from you. You did good on Sunday night last time against the Chiefs. Make plays against Collins. You're more athletic than him. You have the speed. You can get around him. Make some plays. Get pressure after Joe Burrow. We know that Klein will probably play. A.J. Klein, he's been signed with no Justin Houston. Let's see what he brings to the table. He's been practicing with the Giants practice squad. I think he's in good enough. JPP looks like he had a rest day today. I'm expecting more from JPP as he gets his legs under him as well. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't have to be out there for that play. But let's see JPP maybe with half the plays if he can be more effective. Got to stop the run. The Bengals are averaging with Joe Mixon under 3 yards a carry. Stop the run. Make them one-dimensional. Make them have to throw the ball. They like to use play action. They like to use the ability to run to set up those deep shots to Chase, Higgins, and Boyd. And Hayden Hurst is going to be a big part of the Ravens having to stop him with our linebackers. But stop the run, keep Mixon in check, make them one-dimensional. Next, we have no big plays over 20 yards. We talked about it last year. The yak, the big plays of Chase, Higgins, Boyd, now Hurst, Mixon out of the backfield, Mixon running the ball. Got to keep the big plays over 20 yards down. Can't give up those big-time plays. We saw Chase go for, almost 80 yards against him last year. We've seen him go up and down the field over 500 yards. Can't have that. No big plays over 20 yards. And you got to tackle well. That goes to my next point. I stated separately for the defense. You got to tackle well. Fall into the football. Gang tackle. Give these guys something to remember you by every time they touch that football. Tackle them hard. Pat Queen. Owe. Matabike. You can have a big game this week. Klein, I want to see what you bring to the table. Vines. Tackle. Secondary guys. Williams. Hamilton, if you're in the game. If Armour Davis has to play a bigger role, Pepe Williams, you guys have to tackle these guys in space because they have big playability every time they touch the football. Last but not least, got to force some turnovers. The Ravens are at the top of the league in forcing turnovers. Marcus Williams, you've been doing a great job at center field. Marlon Humphrey, you've been doing a good job this season. Peters, got to get those opportunities. And I think if they can create some pressure, they can maybe force a fumble. I think if they can create some pressure, they can get an interception on Burrow. If they can stay in their lanes, not give up those big plays, make Burrow have to hold on to the ball for an extra second or two, they can attack this offensive line, which is still, in my opinion, lackluster and below average. They can get some stops defensively and create some turnovers for this defense. And special teams, you got to win special teams. They have a good kicker. They have good return guys. Got to win special teams. Duvernay, help field position up. Tucker, make your field goals, make your extra points. Stout, kick the punts well or punt the ball well. Give the Bengals bad field position. Pin them inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10, inside the 5. Don't give them a chance to win field position. If you got to punt, punt. It's okay to punt sometimes. Punt them deep in their own territory and allow your defense to do their job. Make them go 10 plus plays, 12 plus plays to get points on this team. So let's look over the keys again. Offensively, protect Lamar. Next, explosive plays other than Lamar, Duvernay, Dobbins, Likely, Andrews. Do we see Prochet maybe? I don't know. DeMarcus Robinson, I would like to see more of him. Lamar got to play like an MVP. You're on prime time. You want that big contract. You're on the national stage. You want to show people why you are one of the best quarterbacks in the league, why you should have a fully guaranteed contract. You play like an MVP on Sunday night. You will be back in the driver's seat potentially for MVP conversation and for that contract talk. Convert on third down. Got to convert on third down. Keep drives alive. And you got to finish. Second half, got to finish drives. Convert on third and short. Convert on fourth down. Don't turn the ball over. Convert those red zone opportunities into touchdowns or at least points. Defensively, pressure Joe Burrow. Next, stop the run. Third, no big plays over 20 yards. Fourth, tackle well on those plays. And fifth, force turnovers if possible. You've been doing it all season, continue to do so. In special teams, you got to win special teams. They have a good special teams unit. You want to beat them. And with George Stout, keep them on the opposite side with field position and allow them to have to go the length of the field each and every time. But as far as my prediction, I think this is a must win for the Ravens. I think they play well under John Harbaugh when their backs are against the wall. Primetime games at home, they usually do pretty well. I think they will do well on Sunday night. Don't know how, don't know will. But where there's a Lamar, there's a way. And Lamar Jackson will somehow put this team on his back, put this city on his back, put this organization on his back. He will run for close to, if not over 100 yards. He will throw for over 225 plus yards. He will throw for 2 touchdowns. He will run for another one and have the Baltimore Ravens with a late last second drive pulling victory from the jaws of defeat, finishing a game. I think they start off fast, start with the lead. Bengals come back, run back, and I think the Ravens win 27-26. Lamar leads them down for a last second field goal on Sunday Night Football. The Ravens get a victory 27-26. I was correct last week. Unfortunately, they did pick the Bills. They did win, and I have picked the Ravens every week except last week. But I'm going with the Ravens. I'm back on the wagon this week. I'm going down with the ship. Also, Hard University on prime time Sunday night. Mike Tariq, the world will be watching. Lamar Jackson will put on the show. He will carry this team. Don't know how, don't know if they will. With the injuries, with the uncertainty at left tackle, with the uncertainties of the secondary and the defense and the pass rush, I'm believing in Lamar Jackson. I'm believing in his ability to bounce back from a subpar game last week, to play well, and to help the Baltimore Ravens get a victory and drive into victory lane and beat the Bengals and move to 3-2 in the season and propel them as a lighter part of their schedule is upcoming to get some momentum and stack some wins. Let me know in the comments what's your prediction for the game. Who do you have winning? Again, I have the Ravens with a 27-26 victory. Lamar leads them down the field at home. Last second win is always tight. It's always right. If it ain't tight, it ain't right with the Ravens. Y'all know how it rolls here on the Flex On Podcast. Hit that thumbs up, leave us a like. Hit that bell to know when we're live. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Join us. We do Ravens videos. We'll be here for the post-game show as well. Probably late Sunday night, early Monday morning potentially, with the game going to sometimes midnight. For God's favorite host here, comment down below. Let me know your prediction. Give me your score. Again, Ravens 27, Bengals 26. I'm rolling with Baltimore University. I'm rolling with the Fly. Big trust. Lamar Jackson. Where there's Lamar, there's a way. And he will lead us to a victory on Sunday Night Football. Don't panic, Ravens fans. Only 4 games in, a lot of football left. They can pull out this win, which I think is a must win. They have an opportunity to stack some wins against some lesser opponents coming up. But I'm going with Lamar, going with the Ravens. I think Harbaugh will make some better decisions. I think the defense will play better. They played well last week, only gave up 23 points. They can keep that same energy, give up under 25 to the Bengals. I think they have a very good shot of winning on Sunday Night Football. Let me know in the comments. Hit the bell, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys later for the Ravens post-game show as well. Also, a lot of videos this weekend. We got WWE. We got a lot of content. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Comment. Let me know your prediction. Again, Ravens 26, Ravens 27, Bengals 26. God's favorite host signing out. Have a great day, y'all. Peace.